Welcome to the Kiwanis Club of Greeley's 100th anniversary celebration. It's been quite an adventure. Much of what the club founders launched in 1922 is still at the core of what today's Kiwanis Club of Greeley is doing. Let's start with the origins of our hometown. Nathan Meeker visited the Colorado Territory in 1869. He went back to New York and with the support of his boss, New York Tribune publisher Horace Greeley, organized the utopian agricultural community of Union Colony, with its central town being Greeley. By 1871, over 1,500 dreamers and doers settled into Greeley, establishing businesses, schools, churches, farms, and ranches. A few highlights of these early years. 1883, the city renamed its streets so that the streets were numbered and ran east and west. Avenues were also numbered and ran north and south. This numbering system is still used today and is a reason why Greeley addresses are easy to find. 1889. The State Normal School for Training Teachers is founded. It is now the University of Northern Colorado. 1914. In Detroit, Michigan, a group of men originated the Supreme Lodge Benevolent Order of Brothers, or BOBS. It was soon renamed to Kiwanis, which means either we trade or we have a good time, we make noise. 1918. A group of men in Denver banded together and requested help from Kiwanis to form an affiliated club in Denver, the first in the Rocky Mountain region. 1920 saw a group in Pueblo launch Rocky Mountain District Club No. 2. 1921 saw clubs numbered 3 through 8 launched in Colorado Springs, Manitou Springs, Lander, Casper, Laramie, and Golden. 1922, clubs were started in Cheyenne, Douglas, and in March 1922, the 11th club in the district was founded in Greeley. The Greeley Tribune noted, "Kiwanis Club formed here." The organization of a local club of the International Association of Kiwanis Clubs was completed at a luncheon of some 45 businessmen at the Campfield Hotel Tuesday noon. Also happening in 1922, the first Spud Rodeo, now known as the Greeley Independent Stampede, was held at Island Grove Park. In 1924, the objects of Kiwanis were adopted. These same 6 objectives are still with us in 2022, motivating us in our Kiwanis activities. 1937, a Tribune article noted the club's 15th anniversary celebration. Highlights included, during the last 15 years, the Greeley Club has endeavored in every way to make effective its motto, "We Build." The Underprivileged Child Committee has been very active, donating to the Milk Fund, paying for surgeries, buying needed eyeglasses, food, and clothing, collecting and distributing magazines, and in every way possible trying to make life easier and happier for the underprivileged child. Our Playground Committee has erected equipment throughout the city, which is enjoyed by hundreds of children. The Greeley Kiwanis Club has helped and is always ready and willing to cooperate in any worthwhile enterprise for the betterment and beauty of its community. 1947. The first Stars of Tomorrow show was held at the Chief Theater. Shows at that time highlighted different talents than what are typically showcased in today's star shows. And yes, per Stars folklore, singer Judy Collins won the 1957 Denver Stars of Tomorrow show on her way to becoming a music legend. On September 22, 1950, the Greeley Tribune reported that the Kiwanis Club handed a $482 check to Clarence Swede Swanson Thursday in payment for a playground between 14th Avenue and 6th Street. This small park was established by the Greeley Kiwanis Club as a park for the people of North Greeley. It has basketball courts, a playground, and picnic tables. Parks and playgrounds have been an ongoing area of interest for Greeley Kiwanis to this day. The Kiwanis Club of Greeley continued meeting at the Oddfellows Hall up until in 1958, when we moved to the new community building at the corner of 10th Avenue and 7th Street. 1981, the legendary Greater Metropolitan Greeley Kiwanis Club Silver Cornet Concert Band and Marching Society is the subject of a Tribune article. The band had 2 rules. 1, we never march. 2, we never practice. 1983, a swing band, the cream of the crop, is formed, who created 3 CDs in the 1990s and early 2000s, which were sold to raise funds for Kiwanis projects. 1985, club meetings start at the new Greeley Recreation Center. At the International Convention of 1987 in Washington, D.C., Kiwanis voted overwhelmingly to accept women into membership. Part of our support for Kiwanis International and for our neighbors is to sponsor new Kiwanis clubs. We are proud of the clubs that we have sponsored that are still providing service to our communities. The Kiwanis Club of the Rockies was formed in 1973. The Kiwanis Club of Windsor was formed in 1989 of North Greeley. In 2018, we formed a new type of Kiwanis Club called a Satellite Club. The Satellite Club holds its meetings and service activities at a location that is separate from the host club. While the Kiwanis Club of Greeley meets at noon on the first 3 Tuesdays of each month at the Epic Egg, the Satellite Club meets at 5:30 p.m. on the 3rd Monday of each month at the Rule 105 Brewery in Greeley. The Kiwanis Club of Greeley co-sponsors an action club with the Rockies and Windsor clubs. Kiwanis Action Clubs are the only community-wide service clubs for adults living with disabilities. The Kiwanis Club of Greeley forms several other Kiwanis clubs who are no longer active. The Uptown Greeley Club, which was founded in 1953, dissolved in 1968. The Union Colony Kiwanis Club was active from 1986 to 2012. The Greeley Golden K Club was focused on members over the age of 60 and was active from 1988 to 2012. Our most extreme form of club building began in 1993 when a visitor from St. Petersburg, Russia attended one of our weekly meetings. In December 1992, Mikhail Slastyanov visited Greeley and wanted to attend an American business club. After the meeting, Misha approached me to see how he might get a Kiwanis club started in St. Petersburg, Russia. Past District Governor Warren Mitchell made contact with Kiwanis headquarters in Indianapolis, who said that there were no Kiwanis clubs in Russia, but that they wanted to get one started. We were given special approval to act as the associate sponsoring club for the Kiwanis Club of St. Petersburg Northgate, one of 4 to be chartered in May 1994. Misha invited Greeley Kiwanis to bring an entourage to attend the chartering celebration. I raised the idea to the club at a meeting, and we ended up with 16 members and spouses signed up to participate. Bill Cruz was retired from the airline industry and had lots of connections. He arranged for our travel and tours while in St. Petersburg. Joe Hoff had connections with a medical missions organization which coordinated the delivery of medical supplies to Greeley, which we would then deliver to medical facilities in St. Petersburg. Word of our upcoming trip to Russia spread within Greeley and within the Rocky Mountain District. We received several $1,000s in gifts, which were used to buy 40 boxes of medical supplies. In order to save on airline charges, we bundled the 35-pound boxes into a single 70-pound package, transferring over 70 packages of medicines and supplies. Note the wheelchair. Hazel Ulrich rode this chair on and off of airplanes all the way to St. Petersburg, upon which she had a miracle healing and walked the rest of the trip. We had a brief layover in Warsaw, and then on to St. Petersburg, a city of nearly 5 million people. We attended the meeting of the Kiwanis Club of St. Petersburg Northgate, our sponsored club. At the meeting, we met with Kiwanis International President Art Swanberg and his wife Alice. On the next day, we went with several of our Kiwanis friends to visit the orphanages that they were supporting. May 28, 1994 was chartering night. This included the other sponsoring clubs who were present from the UK and France. There were lots of speeches, everything translated into Russian, English, and French. We helped charter the first Kiwanis club in Russia. We also sponsored one of the last. There are no Kiwanis clubs in Russia today. They were disbanded a few years after they were launched, when the government restricted international cooperation. In the year following our trip, we hosted an exchange student at a Greeley high school. Maintaining and growing a Kiwanis club over time is no sure thing. To make it 100 years is something to be proud of. In the first 100 years of the Kiwanis Club of Greeley, we have been blessed with able and sometimes outstanding leaders. Here are the folks who stepped up to serve as club president and kept our club a strong contributor to our community. With the new century, our club continues to be active at the local, district, and international levels. A Kiwanian since 1976, Warren Mitchell shows up as our club president in 1982-83 and in 2016-17. He served as lieutenant governor and district governor. Mitch was elected and served as a Kiwanis International trustee from 2011 through 2014. Club member Bing Rybecki formed Children of Peace International as a humanitarian nonprofit organization aimed to serve the children of Vietnam.
I'm Bing Rybecki. I'm a member of this club. I am also a founder of a nonprofit. I left Vietnam in 1975 when I was 18 and not coming back to Vietnam until 1993. During that trip, I found out things that I never seen when I was growing up in Saigon. I didn't see poverty. What I didn't see is little ones, little people begging for food. That moved me to do something about it. Eventually, we found a group of little ones, 27 of them to be exact, being cared for by a couple of nuns. We started out taking care of them. That were 27 kids in 1993, and here is 2022, and we are serving over 8,000 little ones. So we want them to be able to make it in society. And after almost 30 years, we have children that are in all sorts of professions. Anything that is able, anything that is honor, our children will be able to do that job. For a healthy society, you have to start with healthy citizens. And as for education, every year we give out 1,000 scholarships. But these are the kids in the neighborhood, these are the kids in the society that without our hands lifting, they have no futures. We also do teacher trainings every year. Our goal set out is we pick one province, the poorest province in Vietnam, and we train them. In 1 year, we train 1,000 teachers. Well, in 2002, Mike Usher, Maureen Kastner, and Charlene decided to nominate me for World Service Medal Award. In 2002, after they nominated, I won that award, World Service Medal Award. And I became, out of my gratitude, I became a Kiwanians. It's just that there's so much goodness in Kiwanis International that if you don't tap into their strength and their knowledge, you're really missing the boat. Since 2002, Kiwanians and Key Clubs built several schools in Vietnam. Places that there's nobody know how to get there, but we know how. Kiwanians in Vietnam like bringing a light bulb to the darkest corner in Vietnam. That's how I became a Kiwanian.
Hi, I'm Bob O'Connor, member of the Kiwanis Club of Greeley and governor of the Kiwanis District from 20 to 21. And I'm here today to talk about some of the international projects the Kiwanis Club of Greeley has done over the past 100 years. So over the past 100 years, the Kiwanis Club of Greeley has participated in 2 Kiwanis International Worldwide Service Events. The first one is Iodine Deficiency Order, which we all know as IDD. Even today, there are kids around the world who don't have enough iodine in their diet. It leaves them vulnerable for irreversible brain damage. But fortunately, there is a simple solution: iodine salt. Kiwanis International has been fighting IDD since 1994. Together with UNICEF, we have raised over $105 million to better the lives of children. Today, Kiwanis funds are active in 89 nations, and over 80 million children will now be born free of IDD. The Kiwanis Club of Greeley's fundraising took place with Dr. Dan Daniels and Bob Johnson. We were able to raise over $54,000. In fact, I've been told that over our 100-year history, we have raised over $1.5 million in our service funds that have went back to the kids in the community and, of course, to children around the world. Our second worldwide service project was maternal neonatal tetanus, better known as the Eliminate Project. 1 child every 8 minutes was dying because they didn't have access to a simple series of 3 vaccinations, costing a mere $1.80. Kiwanis International has raised over $110 million to defeat maternal neonatal tetanus. The Kiwanis Club of Greeley jumped in with 2 feet under the presidency of Margie Martinez. We agreed to be a model club. And to be a model club, what you had to agree to was to raise $750 per member over a 5-year period from when you signed the agreement. So how did we raise money? Well, we had a Eliminate Run, which was done by Kiwanian Ron Welch. We went out in the community and we raised money with people, with our business friends and our partners. But one of the things I am most proud of, you were able to go to Kiwanis International and become a Walter Zeller Fellow. And to do that, you had to agree that you would donate over a 3-year period $1,250 to the Eliminate Project, which would go towards your model club. I was the Division II fundraiser that year, and I will tell you, it was the most amazing thing that the Kiwanis Club of Greeley had not but one Walter Zeller. We had 13 Walter Zellers during that whole process. So after that 5-year period, we raised $48,500, which was, and we wrote that check to Kiwanis International. And because of our efforts in the entire Kiwanis world, the world now has 30 nations that are free from MNT. So congratulations once again to Kiwanis Club of Greeley.
We have several activities that we consider our signature projects. Project number 1. Central to the Kiwanis identity is our service leadership programs for school-aged children up through university level of young adults.
I'm Les Race, and I'm from the Kiwanis Club of Greeley for the last 15 years. Sponsored Service Leadership Programs, or SLPs, are the backbone of any Kiwanis organization. The Kiwanis Club of Greeley is proud to be a sponsor of 8 SLPs. Beginning in 1958, our first SLP was a Key Club chartered at the University Lab School located on the UNC campus. Second came the Greeley Central High School Key Club in 1963, followed by the Valley High Key Club in Gilchrist in 1993 and Eaton High in 1995. Over the years, the Kiwanis Club of Greeley has contributed an estimated $180,000 for the SLPs, fall kickoffs, leadership training opportunities, and college scholarships for qualified high school seniors. We also sponsor a Builders Club at Heath Middle School and 3K Kids at Madison, Montfort, and University Elementaries, and continue attempts to revitalize the CKI jointly with UNC and Ames Community College. For years, we have done joint projects with our clubs, including Halloween haunted houses, homecoming parades, gleaning corn, 9 Cares Colorado Shares collecting of food drives, and sorting and collecting food for the World Food Bank, conducting diaper drives, and participating in the Larimer Weld County's joint Colorado Feeding Kids project with several Larimer and Weld, Kiwanis, and Key clubs packaging 50,000 meals.
Project number 2. Near and dear to Greeley Kiwanians is the annual Stars of Tomorrow show.
Hello, my name is Deb Gillam. In 1947, our club was looking for a way to raise funds for service projects. 4 men, Howard Weiss, Mike Meyer, Lou Kitts, and Ralph Waldo Jr., hit upon the concept of a talent show for which members would sell program advertising. They started a tradition that grew beyond their imaginations, with Stars of Tomorrow becoming a unique hallmark of the entire Rocky Mountain District. We continue to honor the 4 founders by giving their names to our prizes. We invite youth from all over Weld County to audition. Cultural changes have been reflected throughout the show's history. The early shows were filled with baton twirlers, accordion players, and acrobats. As times changed, the performers tended to be more serious students of classical music. However, the show is still produced as an entertaining variety show. We showcase pianists, instrumentalists from all families of the orchestra, dancers of all styles, theater arts performers, magicians, and jazz musicians. Many times the winners of our show go on to the District Stars of Tomorrow, and they win another scholarship. It takes many Kiwanis members to create a successful show. We feel it is important to continue doing our show at UCCC as part of our service to these young performers. This experience helps them to understand what it means to be a professional performer. All of our membership participates in the fundraising, networking throughout the community to support the youth in Weld County.
Project number 3. For over 30 years, the Kiwanis Club of Greeley has maintained a special relationship with Madison Elementary School.
Hi, my name is Val Smythe, and from 2009 through my retirement in 2018, I was the principal of Madison Elementary School in Greeley. Kiwanis of Greeley has been Madison's partner since before I was principal, and that partnership continues through today. Madison is a really low-income school with about 90% of our kids who qualify for free or reduced lunch, and so there's many needs that we have that are in excess of other schools. Madison has been very lucky to have such a caring partnership because they have done many things to help our students and have made a significant difference in the lives of students at Madison. Some ways that this have happened include a yearly school supply drive. Many of our kids, their families cannot purchase school supplies for them, and the Kiwanis community brings in a whole hand truck full of materials that we can supplement for students and give them brand new materials. They also have coat and hat drives. Whatever years we're really needing that, Kiwanis always steps up and brings in many coats to keep our kids warm and dry during the winter. They have also, before my tenure at Madison, created Pearl's Garden, which is a beautiful garden with a walking path through it right in the front of the Madison campus. And they continue to come in seasonally to keep that garden updated and gorgeous. I think one of the really special aspects of the partnership between Kiwanis and Madison is that whenever there's a need, Kiwanis is a phone call away. So whether that is having Kiwanians come in and create a schedule to read to students who have significant needs, or whether we did a program where Kiwanians came to the after-school program and tutored students in math. One of our biggest projects came as a result of the carnivals. We started putting money away towards a new playground. The playground at Madison was original to the school in 1963. The Kiwanians helping us with the carnivals allowed us to raise some money and put it away. Kiwanians also donated $4,965 to purchase one of the items for the playground called a Spinami, which was my personal favorite because you got in it and you could just spin around. And so when it came time for us to put in the playground, because that was part of the deal, we had Kiwanians there who were helping us as well as our kids. Kiwanis of Greeley members have been with us through every step that we do at Madison, and they have made such a significant impact on the students of Madison. So much so that I'm now a member of Kiwanis, and we have actually even started a kids club at Madison Elementary.
But we do much more with Madison.
My name is Diane Foster. I joined the Kiwanis Club of Greeley in the late 1990s, and I actually joined because of the Kiwanis Christmas party for children, because I thought it sounded like a great thing and wanted to be a part of that. That tradition began probably about 60 or more years ago. The children would sit with a host Kiwanian at the party and enjoy a sit-down traditional Christmas dinner. Each child would receive gifts provided by Santa. We served over 100 kids some years, and each Kiwanian would host a particular child. Kiwanians would purchase a gift, and those would be bagged with additional gifts that were purchased by the club. Santa would arrive. Sometimes he had to be rescued off the roof at the Greeley Rec Center when we had the party there, and the firemen from across the street would come and rescue him from the roof. So each child could meet with Santa and receive the gifts. In addition to the Kiwanis Club of Greeley, the Kiwanis Club of the Rockies has been a great helper, providing gifts and sitting with their children at the party and being a part of that. So our sponsored key clubs, Greeley Central, Eaton, Valley, and University Schools have helped us with gifts and sitting with children. In about 2007, we had a significant change. We found out at that time that we were no longer able to get names of the children from the district. We made a change at that time. Now the party is just for the Madison Elementary first graders. Madison Elementary, that has been a great relationship. We've enjoyed it a lot. Then the COVID pandemic came, and that pandemic has forced us to be a lot more creative. In 2020, we provided gifts for the Madison first graders via a really successful drive-through event at the school. And it allowed families to drive through, see Santa, and pick up some gifts that were already pre-bagged for them. And in 2021, we were actually able to go into the school, but just 3 per classroom, a total of 9 of us. We were able to have a surprise early Christmas party for the first graders, and they were so delighted. It was wonderful.
Projects number 4 and beyond. We are never without service projects.
Hi, I'm Margie Martinez. Kiwanis Club of Greeley participates in Weld Food Bank, volunteering, packing food, sorting food, collecting food on numerous occasions. Our Salvation Army bell ringing days show up in the winter time when it's the coldest part of the year. We do a diaper drive in order to help our youngest children in our communities. We partner with United Way Weld County. Colorado Feeding Kids also is a great opportunity for Kiwanis clubs to collaborate, get together, and prepare food meals for all of the children in Weld and Larimer counties. Boys and Girls Club, we partner with to be able to help serve meals at their off-site locations during the summertime. That's how we help our kids.
While Greeley and Weld County continue to grow, and while society and community service evolve through each new decade, we at the Kiwanis Club of Greeley, Colorado, are proud of our past and enthused about our future. Thank you for helping us celebrate this landmark birthday.
Kiwanis is a global organization of volunteers dedicated to improving the world, one child and one community at a time.